Hi guys, welcome back to Defi Daily. Today, as you can imagine, we will talk about what's going on right now with USD and Terra, because what happened today is probably one of the most incredible dump of the history of cryptos. What I will try to do today, even if I wasn't ready to do it, because my goal today was sharing with you my thoughts about if Terra, Luna, and USD are a Ponzi scheme or not. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. What I want to talk today is what happened, why, who is behind, and also what we can expect it will recover or not, the peg. And most of all, also if the price of Luna has some kind of possibility to reborn, to restart or not. Just before to start, guys, remember that this channel is about educational content and nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, good, but pay attention, and specifically right now the situation is really delicate, so take your time and don't rush anything. And remember also that if you enjoy this content, leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment. It's just a small effort for you, but really means a lot to me and also for the channel, and also for other people that in this moment are looking for this kind of content that's really time sensitive and so important. Okay guys, so let's start immediately. The peg, let's start with USD. Right now we are at 0.6, that is not even so bad. The main problem was that today, even if not even yesterday night, we was around 0.93 in the moment when I was going to sleep. The peg was to almost recover to 0.93. The problem is that it has been attacked again and it dropped down, reaching the level of 0.30 cent, so much lower than $1 it was supposed to be. Right now it looks like it is recovering slightly, but let's try to understand why it is going on and why, for example, the price of Terra has gone down by 90% and more in just a couple of hours. Because the reality is that in order to understand what happened, we really need to know how Luna is working, because all of us are knowing that in order to produce $1 of USD, you need to burn $1 of Luna. But what is the real mechanism? I don't know how many of you are knowing it, because there are some kind of peculiarities and some kind of rules that the system is following in order to be more sustainable, at least into the long term, even if it hasn't been able to prevent this kind of event. In order to understand it, I will use the thread that has been published by this user, that has been also recalled by Do Kwon in person, and I will share also the link into the description below of all of the different threads, so you will have the opportunity to check them by yourself. So how does it work? In order to come from Luna to USD, you need obviously to burn the underlying asset. In order to do it, the system is collecting a kind of fee. This fee usually is around 3%. The point is that the higher is the demand, also higher is the fee. Right now we were around 20%. What does it mean? That's also one of the reasons why the peg at this point is really difficult to recover, because we don't have a clean arbitrage, but the arbitrage is just around 0.8 or something like that. The real amount is changing moment by moment according to the demand there is. Another thing that you should know is that if actually the total market cap of USD is around 15-18 billion, the problem is that the system, the arbitrage system, is not able to absorb this demand just in a single shot. It's not possible just to go to the page where you can convert your USD into Luna and do it instantaneously, because the maximum, as you will see from all of these different topics, the maximum that has been possible to burn in a single day is around 1 billion. We have been burning something like 1.3 billion in around 1 day and a half, something like that. So as you can understand, it will take some time to absorb all the demand that has gone out from Anchor Protocol, because the main driver of this crisis has been obviously Anchor. We have been talking so many times about it, but that's the main driver. And there is another point, because if from one side we know that in order to absorb the demand of USD, people will need to go to convert to bar USD in order to receive in exchange Luna, in order to take advantage from this arbitrage and dumping the Luna and dumping down the price of Luna. There is a problem. As you have seen, the price of Luna has gone down already. Only today it has been down by more than 90%. So how it is possible that even if the arbitrage system is not yet able to absorb the full demand, the price of Luna has gone down already by so much? I want to add that it is even more incredible, the story, because if you check the chart, we'll reach around 0.6 at a certain point, so only 60 cents for a single Luna. After that, the price has pumped by more than 12 times. So as you can understand, people are literally speculate and try to manipulate this situation to take the maximum advantage. And unfortunately, the people that are normal users are the ones that are losing at most. And that's something that we should start to think about much more, because that's a big problem. But why the price is dumping so much, even if the whole demand that it is already waiting to be converted from USD to Luna hasn't come yet? Because that's the main problem. And the problem is that at a certain point, this demand will go from USD to Luna, and much more Luna will be dumped. So that's the big problem, because it is not yet come to an end. There are still several billions of USD that will be converted in Luna, and with any probability will be sold quite soon. So the price of Luna can be dumping even more. So why it has reached this level of price so fast? The point is that someone is trying to front run. What does it mean? Knowing that the price of Luna will dump soon due to the conversion from USD to Luna, they are shorting Luna in order to take advantage from this situation, and they are making millions or even billions. And that's the main problem. If you want to know more, there is also a nice thread into the forum of Terra here. And you can also see a proposal on station.terra.money/proposal, and the proposal is the number 1164. And this thread is explaining quite well why it is needed a change. As you can see from the page, right now they are voting, and with any probability this proposal will be live. What is proposing? It is proposing to increase the amount of USD that is barred each time. So the restriction will be not anymore around 1 billion per day, but it will increase to a much higher level. Why? Because faster we are able to absorb this demand that is not necessary anymore for USD, the faster the peg will be able to recover, and also the price of Luna will take a breath. Because what's the problem? Right now, people knowing that the price of Luna will dump, they are trying to take advantage from it. Why? Because if the price of Luna, in the moment when the USD are converted into Luna, is lower, it means that the supply will increase much more. Because in order to convert 1 billion of USD, if the price of Luna is just $2, we need 500 million of new Luna that has to be minted. If the price is $20, as it was just a couple of hours ago, the amount of Luna that are needed, it would be just 50 million. So as you can understand, there is a big difference. And what it is happening right now is that someone is trying to manipulate the situation. There is also an interesting thread here on Twitter. We'll leave also this one into the description below, that has been produced by this user, On-Chain Wizard. And in this thread, he is really explaining why we are talking about something that is premeditated, and they were willing, really, the intention was to attack Luna and to destroy it. And they made it pretty well. They took the opportunity in the moment when the pool inside Curve was having less liquidity, because they were moving around 350 million from the free pool to the new pool, that it was planned to be the one with Frax, USD, USDT, and USDC. But unfortunately, in that moment, that was the situation where the peg was weaker, because less liquidity, it means also much more easy to manipulate the price. And that was the moment when the attacker decided to go on to attack and to destroy the peg. And unfortunately, it was successful. So what is the situation right now? We can expect that the price of Terra will recover soon. Personally, I think that it will not recover soon, and it will be much more difficult to recover. More specifically because even if the peg will be restored, and I am quite confident that in the next couple of days, I don't know, maybe it will be 1 week, 2 weeks, or I don't know, I think that it's possible for USD to recover the peg. The main problem is that we will be needing much more time to recover the price of Luna and to rebuild the trust into Luna. That's the main problem. The trustworthiness of Luna has been destroyed dramatically. It's too early to judge anything, and much more time will be needed in order to understand clearly what is the situation and what could be the future. The reason why I made this video is because I wanted to explain to you why right now it's so difficult for the Terra to absorb the unnecessary supply of USD in order to transform it into Luna. It's not because they don't want to, but the point is that the system has been designed into this way in order to prevent a couple of situations, to produce more fees, and to sustain the peg. Unfortunately, this attack was built knowing what are the rules and taking advantage of them. So remember, what they are trying to do is right now accelerating the process of absorbing the supply of USD in order to prevent the front running of the Luna price that has already dropped by more than 92% today. We still don't know what are the reserves of the Luna Foundation Guard, because we haven't received any update about it. We don't know how much money they still have, how much Bitcoins they have, or AVAX they have. This is something that is not yet published. I will keep you posted if any news will come. I will leave all the links that you are seeing on my screen into the description, so you will have the opportunity to check them. Guys, let me know what do you think about the overall situation, and most of all, what I want to invite you is not try to fight each other, because that's not the point. What happened today is something that is quite hard to accept, because I think that many of you has lost a lot of money. Also, I was invested myself into some project on Terra, and most of the price are dumping so hard. So all of us are in deep red, or at least many of us. So what is the point? What I want to invite you right now is take a moment to try to understand in which way we can build a better DeFi system, because this kind of attack is not only destroying Terra, but is trying literally to destroy the confidence into the future of DeFi. It could be also the opportunity for also the governments to start trying to regulate, to strict, and to create a world, a DeFi world, that it will be not what we are trying to build. So guys, that's not a moment to try to attack anyone. It's the moment to try to understand how we can really improve this ecosystem. I hope tomorrow to have the time to share with you much more about Terra, and I would like to take some moment also tomorrow to talking about if Terra is a Ponzi and why someone is claiming it is, and what I think it is, and in which way it should, or it can, or I hope it will be able to evolve. Guys, let me know what you think into the comment section below. Remember, if you enjoyed this content, to leave a big thumbs up and drop a comment. Just a small effort for you, but really means a lot to me. Guys, thank you for following me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.